Have you ever been told no and felt like the world was ending? What if I told you that rejection isn't the end? It's the beginning of something greater. What if every no you've ever heard was actually a hidden yes to something better? Today, we're diving into the timeless wisdom of Stoicism to uncover how rejection can become your greatest ally. But before we start, if you're ready to transform your mindset and turn setbacks into stepping stones, hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe to the channel for more life-changing content. Let's spread the power of Stoic philosophy far and wide. Now, are you ready to turn rejection into your superpower? Let's dive in. 1. Mastering your mindset. Disregard them too. When someone ignores you, your first instinct might be to chase their attention or question your worth. But here's the Stoic twist. Disregard them too. This isn't about revenge, it's about self-respect. By choosing to focus on your own growth, you send a powerful message. I deserve better. Imagine yourself standing in front of a mirror, seeking validation from others to determine your worth. But what if the mirror is cracked and distorted? Would you still trust its reflection? When people reject or ignore you, it often says more about their mindset and priorities than about your actual value. Stoicism teaches us to find self-worth from within, not from external validation. Instead of dwelling on their neglect, redirect your energy. Pursue self-improvement, build new skills, and surround yourself with people who recognize your worth. When you disengage from those who disregard you, you liberate yourself from unnecessary emotional turmoil, and paradoxically, when you stop seeking approval, you often earn greater respect. Don't react emotionally. Rejection stings, but reacting impulsively only amplifies the pain. Stoicism encourages us to respond thoughtfully, not emotionally. Instead of seeking validation or harboring resentment, step back and reflect. Picture a ship caught in a storm. If the captain panics, the ship is doomed. But if the captain remains calm, adjusts the sails, and navigates wisely, they can weather any storm. The same applies to rejection. Instead of letting emotions steer you into chaos, take control. Breathe, assess the situation, and respond with logic rather than impulse. Ask yourself, is this rejection about me, or is it about their perspective? Sometimes rejection is circumstantial and has little to do with your abilities or worth. By mastering your emotions, you reclaim your power. When you train yourself to remain composed, you turn rejection into an opportunity for growth rather than a source of suffering. 2. Detaching from rejection. Remove them from your mind. When someone rejects you, the best response is to remove them from your mind. This isn't denial, it's an intentional act of self-preservation. Think of rejection as a detour sign, redirecting you to better opportunities. Dwelling on rejection is like carrying a heavy backpack filled with stones. Every thought about the rejection adds another stone, making your journey harder. But what happens when you set the backpack down? You feel lighter, freer. The key to detaching from rejection is to shift your focus. Instead of replaying the rejection in your mind, redirect your thoughts toward new goals and ambitions. Practice gratitude for what remains in your life, rather than fixating on what is lost. In doing so, you create space for new opportunities and a healthier mindset. Cut off contact. When faced with rejection, sometimes the most powerful move is to cut off contact. This isn't about avoidance, it's about reclaiming your energy. Instead of chasing someone who doesn't value you, invest in relationships that uplift and inspire you. Imagine a garden filled with weeds. If you continue to water the weeds, they will overtake the flowers. Cutting off contact with those who reject you is like pulling out the weeds. It allows your life to flourish. By setting boundaries, you send a clear message. I refuse to let rejection define me. Not everyone is meant to be part of your journey, and that's okay. The sooner you detach from those who don't see your worth, the sooner you open yourself to meaningful connections and self-discovery. 3. Turning pain into power. Demonstrate your value. Rejection isn't the end. It's an invitation to prove your worth. Instead of seeing rejection as a personal failure, reframe it as an opportunity to grow, learn, and showcase your strengths. Many successful individuals have faced rejection, but used it as fuel to sharpen their skills, refine their approach, and ultimately achieve greatness. Imagine an athlete cut from a team or a writer whose manuscript was rejected multiple times. Instead of giving up, they persist, training harder and improving their craft. The same applies to relationships, careers, and personal development. If someone doubts your value, let that doubt motivate you to reach higher standards. Self-improvement should be your primary focus. Ask yourself, what skills can I enhance? How can I become more valuable? By shifting your mindset from seeking external validation to developing internal worth, you create resilience that makes rejection powerless over you. Moreover, demonstrating value isn't about proving others wrong in a resentful way. It's about proving yourself right. When you commit to personal excellence, your success becomes inevitable, and those who rejected you may later regret their decision. But by then, their opinion will no longer define you. You'll be too busy thriving to care. Prove them wrong. The best revenge is success. When someone doubts you, take it as a challenge to improve yourself. Stoicism teaches us that rejection is a chance to focus on what we can control: our actions, our mindset, and our growth. Think of rejection as a test of character. Will you let it break you, or will you let it build you? When faced with doubt, channel your energy into action. If someone says you're not good enough, use it as motivation to exceed expectations. If you're turned down for a job, enhance your skill set so the next opportunity is even greater. If a romantic interest loses interest in you, work on becoming the best version of yourself, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Proving them wrong doesn't mean seeking approval or rubbing success in their faces. It means focusing on yourself to the point where their rejection no longer matters. Their words become irrelevant when you're too busy achieving, growing, and living your best life. Pain can be transformed into power when you use it constructively. The key is persistence. Every setback is an opportunity to come back stronger. The choice is yours. Stay defeated or rise with purpose. 4. Reclaiming your happiness. Go out and have fun. Rejection can feel isolating, but it's also an opportunity to reconnect with joy. When faced with rejection, many people retreat inward, replaying painful moments in their minds. This only prolongs suffering. Instead, step outside and embrace life. Engage in activities that make you happy. Try a new hobby, travel, join a social group, or simply enjoy nature. Doing so helps you realize that your happiness isn't tied to someone else's approval. Life has so much more to offer than the opinions of those who failed to see your worth. Laughter, adventure, and new experiences shift your focus from loss to abundance. When you embrace life, you invite joy back in. Rejection is not the end of your story, it's just a chapter. The next chapter is yours to write, so fill it with moments that bring you happiness. Build your social status. Rejection isn't a failure, it's a chance to build meaningful connections. Instead of dwelling on who rejected you, focus on self-improvement and contribution. Social status isn't about material wealth or popularity. It's about the value you bring to others. Start by nurturing relationships with those who appreciate and respect you. Engage in activities that build confidence, whether it's public speaking, leadership roles, or volunteering. When you contribute positively to others, you attract like-minded people who recognize your worth. Moreover, personal growth naturally elevates your social status. When you're confident, self-sufficient, and engaged in meaningful pursuits, people gravitate toward you. The more you invest in yourself, the less rejection stings, because you know that your value doesn't depend on any single person's opinion. 5. Strengthening your resolve. Act as if they don't exist. When someone ignores you, don't waste energy chasing their attention. The more you focus on them, the more power you give them over your emotions. Instead, shift your energy toward people who truly value you. Stoicism teaches us to detach from things we cannot control. If someone chooses to overlook your worth, that's their loss, not yours. By acting as if they don't exist, you reclaim your power. You stop waiting for validation and start directing your attention to self-growth. Remember, people are drawn to confidence. When you no longer seek approval from those who ignore you, you send a message that you are self-sufficient and independent. The right people will respect and appreciate that. Give them the silent treatment. Silence isn't weakness, it's strength. When faced with indifference, choose calmness over conflict. Instead of reacting emotionally, respond with silence. This isn't about playing mind games, it's about maintaining your dignity and inner peace. Silence forces people to reflect. It shifts the power dynamic. When someone expects a reaction and doesn't get one, they start wondering. They question their actions. Meanwhile, you remain composed and in control of your emotions. By refusing to engage with negativity, you protect your peace and demonstrate self-respect. Strengthening your resolve isn't about proving a point to others. It's about proving to yourself that you are strong enough to walk away from what doesn't serve you. Every rejection, every doubt, every moment of pain is an opportunity to grow stronger. Turn pain into power, reclaim your happiness, and strengthen your resolve. You are in control of your destiny. Own it. 6. Valuing yourself. Don't beg for attention. Seeking validation from others can be a dangerous trap. When you base your self-worth on external approval, you give away your power. Instead of craving attention, focus on actions and pursuits that foster genuine self-respect. Engage in hobbies, professional growth, and personal development activities that make you feel accomplished. When you find fulfillment in your own endeavors, the need for external validation diminishes. Think about it. When you see someone who is confident and self-assured, are they constantly seeking praise? No, their actions speak for themselves. They build a solid foundation of self-worth that doesn't waver based on others' opinions. By refusing to beg for attention, you communicate that your value is not up for debate. This mindset naturally attracts the right kind of people, those who respect you rather than those who exploit your insecurities. Furthermore, constant attention-seeking can push people away. Desperation is not an attractive trait. Confidence is. Instead of fishing for compliments or forcing interactions, channel your energy into becoming a person you admire. Read books, refine your skills, and nurture your passions. When you live with purpose, attention comes as a byproduct, not as a necessity. Be kind but emotionally distant. Kindness is often mistaken for weakness, but true kindness comes from a place of strength. It is possible to be compassionate while maintaining emotional boundaries. Many people equate kindness with being overly accommodating, but that often leads to being taken for granted. The key is to be warm and polite while protecting your emotional well-being. When faced with disrespect or toxic behavior, respond with calmness rather than emotional involvement. Acknowledge the situation, but do not let it penetrate your peace. If someone insults you, instead of reacting angrily, respond with neutrality or even indifference. This approach disarms negativity and prevents unnecessary emotional turmoil. By maintaining emotional distance, you protect yourself from manipulation. Some individuals thrive on provoking reactions. Don't give them the satisfaction. Keep your dignity intact and refuse to engage in unnecessary drama. Ultimately, being kind but emotionally distant allows you to operate from a position of control. It means you can offer support, listen, and be there for others without losing yourself in their problems. It reinforces the message that you are a person of value who does not need to sacrifice inner peace to accommodate others. 7. Mastering the art of resilience. Don't reveal your struggle. Resilience is about inner strength, not public display. Life presents obstacles, but how you handle them defines your character. When you openly share your struggles with everyone, you invite unnecessary opinions and, in some cases, judgment. True resilience lies in maintaining composure and handling difficulties with quiet determination. This does not mean you should suppress emotions or avoid seeking support when needed. Instead, it emphasizes the importance of discretion. Share your struggles with trusted individuals who genuinely care about your well-being rather than broadcasting them to the world. The ability to endure hardships without making them the focal point of your identity strengthens your character and commands respect. Moreover, people tend to gravitate towards those who radiate confidence and stability. When you navigate challenges with grace, you inspire others. You become an example of fortitude rather than a symbol of despair. Focus on solutions rather than complaints, and let your actions showcase your strength. One of the most effective ways to develop resilience is to practice self-reflection. Instead of dwelling on hardships, analyze what you can learn from them. Use every setback as a stepping stone for personal growth. When you internalize this mindset, no struggle will define you. Instead, it will refine you. Rejection isn't the end. It's a redirection. Every setback carries the seed of a greater comeback. By embracing Stoic principles, you can turn every no into an opportunity for growth, resilience, and self-mastery. The way you respond to challenges defines your journey, not the obstacles themselves. If you found these lessons valuable, take a moment to like this video. It helps more people discover these powerful insights. Share it with someone who needs encouragement and subscribe to the channel so you never miss future wisdom on love, life, and Stoicism. I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below with "I'm ready to grow" if you're committed to transforming rejection into your greatest strength. Your journey matters, and your growth inspires others. Remember, your story isn't written by rejection, it's written by your response to it. Stay strong, stay stoic, and keep growing. I'll see you in the next video.